It's kind of the plan to spend all mine, man.
the field for tonight's Section 2 4A quarterfinal football game, featuring the Tigers from Marshall High School and your Faribault Falcons. The number 3 seeded Falcons in tonight's game of 5-3. The number 6 seeded Tigers in tonight's game with a record of 4-4. Second 3 4A, Marshall High School and Faribault High School are all committed to principles and laws of conduct. We believe that regardless of language, coaches, social spectators, should understand the limit of athletics. We are committed to ensuring our events are unsuccessful events and require great citizenship for all living. Uncertainty conduct directed at student athletes, coaches, officials, or spectators will not be tolerated and are announced to a rule from the facility.
Everybody, not just some of you.
seed, number 4-4, the Marshall Tigers. Here's the starting offense tonight for Marshall. Starting in the line, starting at the guard positions at 1 guy. Sophomore, number 52, Lucas Sullivan. Coming the guard position, senior, number 67, Ian Russ. The tackles tonight for Tigers. Senior, number 68, Jordan Goetz. Then it's senior, number 74, Garcia. The center tonight for the Tigers is senior, number 77, Evan Greenfield. Tight end tonight for Marshall. Senior, number 84, Katie Ward. The right center tonight for the Tigers. Senior, number 1, for the Tigers is number 5, Tyler May. Head coach, Marshall, is Terry Bowman. His assistants are Brett Bowman, Nick Maxwell, Zach Stelter, Katie McKinney, and Jackson Beardsley. And the third seeded team in this tournament, a record of 5-3, is your Faribault Falcons. Here's the starting lineup tonight on offense for Faribault. The tackles, that no tackle, junior, number 73, Brady Gusky. Right tackle, junior, number 74, Paul Sheet. The center back for Falcons, senior captain, number 72, Tim Newby. The right side for Faribault, sophomore, number 55, Roman Garcia. And senior captain, number 77, Devin Lockery. Senior, number 1, A.J. Warren. Senior, number 3, Agnes Mata. Junior, number 10, Alex. Junior, number 11, John Price. The running back fight for the Falcons, senior captain, number 14, Matthias Lenway. And the quarterback fight for Faribault, senior number 5, captain, Hunter Nelson. Head coach for your Falcons is Ted Willis. He's assisted by Shane Wilkerson, Johnny Frank, Zach Roble, Tim Ayers, Hope Castillo, Matt Barrett, and Anthony Gustafson. Faribault. Please rise, remove your headgear, and face the flag in the west end of the field. As we honor America and those who have served and are currently serving in our armed forces to defend our freedoms. As the Purple High School captain, under the direction of Mr. Joel Tinger, leads to the playing of the national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner.
The playing of our national anthem here at Bruce Smith Field in Faribault. The Marshall Tigers won the toss. They deferred. And so, the Falcons are warming up in front of us. Across the way, the Marshall Tigers jumping up and down, getting ready too. The fireworks are going off on the scoreboard here at Bruce Smith Field as the Marshall Tigers take the field and get ready to kick off. Placing the tee down for the Marshall Tigers. I suppose I could get their roster out here, couldn't I? Might help. Got a nice roster here that they printed off for me here. Teeing it up is Ethan Hess. He's a sophomore, 5'9", 140 pounds. Faribault Falcons have on the far side Matthias Lenway, on the near side Isaac Mata, both at the 10-yard line. And we're just about set to get Section 2, Class 4A. Playoff football underway. As Hess approaches the football, and we are off. End over end kick that's taken by Mata. He's at the 8, 10, 15. He's at the 20. Bounces it outside. Now cuts up the field. He hurdled a would-be tackler. Nice return there by Mata. We got a late flag, and I mean this one's very late. Mata was already tackled when that flag came out. So we'll see where that's going to be. 32-yard line is where the Falcons would have been, but the flag, we'll see what that's about. It was really late. Well, if he's got a microphone, it's not working. It's against the Faribault Falcons. They're going to march this back to the 22-yard line. So from the 22-yard line, Faribault will start 1st and 10. Hunter Nelson, their senior quarterback. Of course, senior running back Matthias Lenway. Mata's in the slot left. He's a senior. Wide to the left is Johnny Frank, a junior. He'll hand off to Lenway up the middle, a gaping hole, and he's going to take it out to about the 30-yard line. Nice run on the first play, and boy, did he get a block from virtually everybody on that side of the line. Outstanding job by Roman Garcia, 6'2", 241 sophomore. Also laying a block there was Devin Lockerby, the 6'5", 300-pound senior. course, the center is Tim Nearby. Trips to the left, single receiver right, handoff up the middle again, and he breaks it over the 40, keeps those legs pumping. It takes it to the 44-yard line before he's brought down by a couple of Tigers, and that offensive line is blowing off the football, friends. Another impressive surge by the offensive line of the Faribault Falcons. Tim Nearby anchors it, the 6'3", 260-pound senior. Double receivers left. He's going to whip a pass out to Mata on the move. Mata goes up the field, sidesteps a tackler. He's at the 50, he's at the 45, the 40, and he just bounces out of bounds at the 39-yard line of the Marshall Tigers. Good-looking opening drive. The head coach of the Casson-Manorville Comets told me on our Comet Coaches Show last Saturday that this Faribault Falcon team can make some noise in this section because he doesn't know that too many teams have seen an offensive line like the Falcons have. Handoff goes up the middle, Lenway. Lenway bangs into the pile. You'll have a healthy chunk of about 5, maybe 6 yards on that carry before he's finally brought down. One of the Marshall Tigers in on the stop was Noah Wiltz. He is a senior, 6 feet, 180 pounds. So the ball's up to the 35-yard line of Marshall. They started this drive on their 22. Receiver left, couple of receivers right. Schroetz, the wingback left, handoff goes to Lenway. He bangs in the pile again. He's going to be short of the first down. They'll have to convert a third down here as he flips the football to the official. Nelson that time carried out his fake and went out to the right. You might see that this time on the third down and 3. 3rd and 3 on the 22-yard line of the Marshall Tigers. This is 2-down territory. Handoff Lenway. Lenway goes up the middle. He just lowers his shoulder, bangs into the pile. He's got the first down by a couple of yards. Another first down for the Faribault Falcons. He got a great surge initially, and then, of course, he just hurtled his body into a pile of Marshall Tiger tacklers. So Ehlers is in as a wingback left, right next to Schroet. We got a receiver left and a receiver right. Their power package here as Nelson's going to sidestep or try to sidestep and wasn't able to sidestep a tackler. He got out and tried to get after it. Good job by the Marshall Tiger corralling him. That's Caden Finger. He's a senior, 6'1", 210 pounds. Terry Ballman is the head coach of the Marshall Tigers. He's assisted by Brad Ballman, Mitch Maxwell, Zach Stelter, Hayden McKittrick, and Jackson Veerstraight. Of course, Ned Lewis is the head coach of the Faribault Falcons, assisted by Shane Gunderson, Johnny Frank, Zach Robel, Tim Ehlers, Cliff Castile, Matt Barron, and Anthony Gustafson. And the handoff is faked. Nelson keeps it himself this time, runs wide to the short side of the field and gets kind of rudely thrown down out of bounds. Not much on that one. So it's going to be very long here on the third down. Be a shame this drive started on the 22 to have it sputter here. Got Mata in the slot right. Outside of him is Worrell. Schroet's going to be on the right side of this formation. Off to the left is Frank. They're coming in tight. Got to give him time to throw something. Nope, he's going to run. And he goes off to the left, and he's got some green spaces. He sidesteps a couple of guys. He's going to come up short of the first down, but he'll make it 4th down and a couple. 4th down and a couple. The ball's at the 20-yard line. It was 3rd and 12, so he picks up about 10, and we got a flag on the play. And it looks like this is coming back against the Falcons. Boy, there weren't even many guys out there at the end of that run. But we haven't seen an indication. Well, here it is. Going to be a hold. So the Falcons kind of shoot themselves in the foot here. They had a penalty on the kickoff. They had a penalty here. Ball's going to be at the 31-yard line. Instead of 4th and 2, it'll be 3rd and about 15. Something like that. Trips to the right, single receiver left, a little swing pass, and Lenway can't catch it. It was zipped over a little too hard that time. Lenway, remember they scored on a wheel route, on an 85-yard wheel route against Northfield, and that had the start of that, but he was throwing a little too hard. He couldn't get his hands up quick enough to catch it. So it's 4th down and about 15. Ball's at the 32-yard line. What do you call it? A 4th and 15. Receiver left, trips to the right. They're coming with a blitz. Yes, they are. Nelson's going to just chuck it to Lenway. Lenway's going to be brought down, and as he got the first down, they got him marked right at the first down marker. We'll have to see where they spot this. The official has it marked right at, and they say it's a first down. Wow. Picking up a 4th and 15. They just answered me. They say, Kosfeld, this is what you call on a 4th and 15. They got the first down. Lenway out of the backfield. Boy, that's such a luxury to have a back you can throw to out of the backfield. Hammonds is a great receiver out of the backfield, too, for Faribault. So, Nelson in the gun. Convert a 4th and 15. Hand off to Lenway off the right side. He breaks a couple of tackles, and he'll take it down inside the 10, it appears. He'll put the ball down at about the 8, but he's not the official. The official will probably bring it back a yard or so. No flags that time. It's going to be 2nd down and about 2. Actually, it might be 2nd and 1 at the 9. So, receiver left, double receivers right. Nelson's going to hand off to Lenway. He's going to bounce it outside. He's going to try and power his way. And he gets down to about the 5-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal Falcons if there are no flags. And I don't see any flags. Falcons are signing in the play. It looks like a bald eagle in flight on the sign. He's flapping his arms out there like wings. We got Klecker in the slot left this time. Mata's in the slot right. They've really spread this defense here close to the goal line. Hand off to Lenway again. He's going to find a little smither of a hole. He gets down to about the 1, where it'll be 2nd and goal. Boy, what an amazing conversion of 4th and 15. And they got it on the wheel route, sort of, to Lenway. So double receivers both sides. Again, spreading that defense. Hand off Lenway again. They're going to reward him with a touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown run by Matthias Lenway, and that's a message score. Right? That's a message score. 6 minutes, 33 seconds to go, first quarter. Lenway scores. They started at the 22. They had a couple of penalties that kind of brought them back. They ended up on a 4th and 15. They converted and scored. A 1-yard touchdown run by Lenway. Solis will kick the extra point. As Nelson is the holder here. The snap is down. The kick is up. Boy, they came close to blocking that. It's going to go through. Man, oh, man. That Marshall Tiger almost got his paws on it. But he didn't. 6 minutes, 33 seconds to go. First quarter. Faribault Falcons 7. Marshall Tigers nothing. Back in 1 minute. Oh, my. Is that Chwaidi Makamima? Well, they kicked the ball out of bounds, did the Falcons. They kicked the ball out of bounds, so Marshall will take it, I'm assuming, at 35. Not exactly what they wanted to do. So the 35-yard line, the Marshall Tigers will take it 1st and 10, and we'll see if that Falcon defense can match the offense here. Mata in the backfield along with Lenway as a linebacker and Hammonds at a linebacker. And you got Johnny Frank up there. Worrell at one of the corners. Up front, you got Besky and Lockerbie. Handoff goes off to the left, and not much there. Faribault Falcons were to the task. Soto was the first man to face him there. George Soto, the 5'8", 190-pound junior. So let's see here. Actually lose a couple yards. It'll be 2nd down and 12. Handoff went to Chidi Wakama, who's a junior. The fake handoff to Wakama. He's going to drop back. The quarterback rolls to his right. He's being pursued, and he's going to just throw it ahead a little bit. Was he over the line of scrimmage? I don't know. It's going to be a complete pass. Gets out to 40. This quarterback looks like he's got some moxie about him. Tyler Meyerart is a junior, 6 feet, 155 pounds, and he's all of that, 155 pounds. He's just a little guy. I wouldn't have guessed that he was 6 feet tall. Looking from here. 5:50 to go first quarter. It's 7-0 Faribault. Ball's at the 43-yard line. It's 3rd down and 2 for Marshall. Wearing their white tops, black pants, black helmets, orange insignia on the side. He lunged for that first down marker. I thought he was going to be short, and he kind of slid on the ground for the extra yard he needed. Tate Condezzo is a sophomore, 5'10", 175 pounds, and it's a first down for Marshall, the 45-yard line. In the kick-off following the touchdown was out of bounds for Faribault. Wide to the right is Noah Wiltz. He's a senior, 6 feet, 180. He's the only receiver out. Handoff goes. They've got a trap going here, and it's stuffed by the Faribault Falcons. Schroet was on the bottom of the pile. Lenway was over there too. And so Wakama on the carry. He's going to drop back. He fakes a pitch, and he throws on the slant. He dropped the ball. Man, that was going to be an open pass. They tried to slant that time to John Gruhot. He's a junior, 6'1", 180 pounds. And he was seeing green in front of him. That was a nice little fake that he pulled off there, too. It looked like he was going to pitch it, and then all of a sudden he chucked it. Wears the same number as Hunter Nelson, the quarterback for the Falcons, number 5 on his uniform, the junior quarterback. They've got receiver right, double receivers left on a 3rd down and 9. Can't allow these to be converted for the Falcons. Rolling to his left, the right-handed quarterback looks. He stops. He's in trouble. He's going to roll to his right. Now he's got a guy wide open at midfield. He's going to have the first down and a whole lot more. Somebody lost their man. He broke a tackle, broke another tackle. We got a flag flying out here as he takes it down to about the 26-yard line. This is going to come back, but they'll still have the first down, I do believe.
26-yard line, there is a marker.
My, oh my. I think it's going to be a hold, and I guess maybe they won't have the first down. Boy, did they lose track of that guy. He was in the middle of the field all by his lonesome. I think it was the back coming out of the backfield, Wakama. Well, he keeps acting like he's got a microphone that he's turning on, but I don't hear it.
That will bring the ball to the Faribault 46-yard line. We'll make it a 3rd and 1 for the Tigers.
Well, it's a 3rd and 1. A far cry from the 3rd and 9 they did have. And we'll see if they go with a power package here to get this 1 yard. And that's the way it looks. We're going to have one receiver out right, but everybody else is in tight. The quarterback is under center. He's going to try a sneak, and he easily has the first down. My, oh, my. He needed a yard. He got 4. He just found a little crease, right? That's all he needed. Just needed a little crease. Meyer, the junior. So the ball's at the 42-yard line. It's another first down for Marshall. Falcons lead at 7-0. There's 3:37 to go first quarter. Everybody's in tight. One receiver out right. He's going to hand it off. He's going to roll off to the left, and a pretty good chunk of change before he's brought down. A lot of sportsmanship, people helping each other up. As Johnny Frank was over there, had the same number as the back. Wakama, the junior, 6'1", 180-pounder, picks up about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5. So the ball's at the 37-yard line of Faribault. This drive started on their 35 because the kickoff went out of bounds. 2:54 to go in the quarter. Receiver left. Fake handoff to the up man. Wild's going to go off to the right, and dragging him back is Schroed. He ran right over there, and Schroed grabbed him and just threw him back. Also helping out on the play was Devin Lockerbie. Certainly appreciate Devin bringing the old Cannon Trophy out to Bashers last Saturday. That was a lot of fun. Royal Ross and I got to take our pictures with it. It was awesome. And when Spring Valley, when I was a kid, we never had any trophy games. There were no trophy games when I was a kid. I think they're awesome. Split backs, receiver off to the left, way off to the left, dropping back. They're going to set up a screen. I could tell the way he was running the quarterback, and I can't believe they couldn't read that. He's going to have a first down and a whole lot more as he keeps going. He's down inside the 20-yard line. Quarterback dropped back like he was letting those guys come. Nobody realized it was a screen pass, and it worked to perfection. They get all the way down to the 18-yard line, 1st and 10 Marshall. And this has been a very impressive drive by these Tigers. Well, I told you defense would be the key in this one. Got a receiver left, split backs. A wingback of sorts who comes in motion. They fake the handoff to him. He stops, looks. He's got nobody open. Now he's in trouble. Now he's going to avoid that, and he's going to throw it off out of bounds. Smart play there. Putting him under pressure was Tim Nearby, the 260-pound senior, but he avoided him. He's got some elusiveness to him. Minute 33 to go, first quarter. Ball's on the far side, hash mark. That's the short side of the field, would be to the left. That's where the receiver is. He's going to hand it off up the middle, gaping hole. He's going to dive forward, take it down to about the 13-yard line. So a pickup of about 5 on that run. And they're going to... Faribault does have a lot of guys going both ways here. Their offensive line just motored right down the field, but they have to come out and play defense. And right now, it looks like the Marshall offensive line is really blowing off the ball well, too. That left tackle's huge. Fake handoff right. He hands off, and Elijah Hammonds comes storming through and brings him down. Great job by Elijah Hammonds. Just taking Jet Wing down, the 5'7", 160-pound junior, and twirling him onto his derriere. It'll be 4th down and about 7. Ball's right at the 15-yard line, so this is huge, obviously, for both teams. Faribault leads at 7-0. We're seeing the seconds click down here in the first quarter. And they may be waiting for the first quarter to end. I don't know. Quarterback's over there talking to the coach. A couple other guys are talking to the coach. The whole team's going to run over and talk to the coach. Now the Falcons are going to come over and talk to their coaches.
Time out of the field, Marshall.
There's a timeout with 17 seconds to go in the quarter. Okay. I suppose Marshall wants to make sure they're on the same page. 4th down and 6, 7. We'll see what they call. Faribault on a 4th and 15, converted. And the Falcons are hoping they can stuff this 4th down and 7. Again, there are 17 seconds left in the half. Halftime, we'll have our Hometown Credit Union halftime report. Of course, Hometown Credit Union proud to be part of Faribault. That's why they call it hometown. Conclusion of our game, we'll have our Malika's Auto Body Crunch Time Faribault player or players of the game, courtesy of Malika's Auto Body. When your vehicle suffers some crunch time, we hope it doesn't, but it inevitably probably will. The place to take it is Malika's, and now the quarterback is trying to find out what the play is. Oh, somebody wasn't in the game. So Marshall has a receiver come flying off to the right. He noticed he didn't have enough guys on the field. 2 guys off right, 2 guys off left. Here comes a Falcon in pursuit. He rolls to his left, now Lenway's going to get in front of him as he throws down the field. The ball's batted away like a volleyball. Smart play there by Worrell. He tries to catch that. It might tip off his hands and be caught, so he just volleyballed it away. He swatted it out of the air. And the Faribault Falcons hold after the Tigers got all the way down the field. Good job by the Falcons. They'll take over at the 15-yard line.
Falcons hold on downs. They take over 1st and 10 off their own 15.
And there's only going to be 1 play left here in this quarter. There's 8 seconds to go. Double receivers left, couple receivers right. Hunter Nelson will hand it off up the middle. He breaks out of the pack and gets to almost the 25. Well, Lenway looks like he's going to break one of those tonight. That's the last play of the first quarter. Faribault Falcons had a 78-yard drive. Actually, it ended up being more than that because they had a couple of penalties on it, but it started and ended up with a 78-yard drive. 6:33 to go in the quarter. Lenway scored on a 1-yard plunge into the end zone. They converted a 4th and 15. Meanwhile, Marshall went down the field and got stuffed on a 4th and 7. And so we get to start the second quarter. The Faribault Falcons with the football. They'll have it 2nd down and about 1 when we return right after this 1-minute timeout.
As we start the second quarter play, it's 2nd and 1 for the Falcons, 12 their own 24. Wide receiver screen from Nelson. Isaac Mata.
Well, Isaac Mata caught a pass out of the backfield. Initially, I think he had the first down, but then he ran backwards. And they say he did have the first down out to the 26-yard line. As we start the second quarter, Faribault up 7-0. Of course, Wednesday night, they led at the half over Northfield, 36-rip. Double receivers right, single receiver left. Nelson has Lenway standing behind him. He'll hand it off to Lenway. He'll go banging forward, and he maybe got a yard on that one before he's tripped up. As he was being blocked, making the trip job that time was Caden Finger, the senior. He's 6'1", 210, listed as a linebacker. So Mata, Klecker, and Worrell are off to the right. Johnny Frank is wide to the left, which is the short side of the field. The ball's on the far side hash mark. Lenway stands behind Hunter Nelson. Nearby gets ready to snap it. There's a whip it out to Klecker, and he gets stuffed right now. Boy, they saw that on film. He whipped it out to Klecker, and he was stopped at millisecond. He caught the football. So far, Faribault has elected not to try too much throwing down the field, but we got some wind here, remember? Trying to figure out which way the wind is blowing here, looking at the flags. Of course, they're dark. Must have a lit American flag here, don't we? As Lenway broke a tackle, but he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's about it. So Marshall's going to stop them there. On a 4th down and 9, they'll be punting here deep in their own territory. Nobody's back for Marshall. You wouldn't go for it here. Can't believe they don't have anybody back. Of course, Nelson backs up, and that means I'd quick hike it and kick it while he's running. Kicks end over end kick. He's not even going to try to catch. Oh, what a nice punt. This baby's going to roll all the way down inside the 10-yard line. What a punt by Hunter Nelson. He's clapping his hands in jubilee as he comes off the field. What an awesome punt by Hunter. That baby rolled all the way inside the 10-yard line. And he was back, what, it's 20? That's a long punt. They're going to mark that baby at the 6. So Marshall's going to start at the 6. Well, the 26 was the line of scrimmage, but he, of course, punts. And that's what you get credit for in terms of the length of the punt, but as they have the deep man in the eye in the end zone as he takes the snap. He's out in the open. Look out. He's going to have the first down up over the 30-yard line to about the 34. Man, oh man, this Marshall line has got some size to it. The tight end is 6'9", 205 pounds. Caden Werner, 6'9", tight end. I'd throw jump passes to him all the time. And one of their tackles, Eddie Garcia, is a 6'3", 315-pounder. This is high school. Hand off up the middle, and it is stopped by the Falcons. Host of guys are there. Nearby was there. Lockerbie picks him up by his shoulder pads, helps him up. Also there for the Falcons was Get. So it's going to be 2nd down and 10. The ball's at the 34-yard line of Marshall. And everybody's in tight, except one receiver out left. Quarterback's going to roll. Oh, my. Well, anyway, just ran over a defensive back, and that's intentional grounding. There wasn't a soul. There wasn't a soul within 50 yards of the ball. How can you not throw intentional grounding on that? Coach Lewis is screaming for an intentional grounding penalty. There's no question. There wasn't a single person on this side of the field where he threw it. The closest person was 40 or 50 yards downfield. Wow.
Intentional grounding to call in the play against the Tigers.
Well, did you see a flag? There was no flag thrown.
Markoff will bring the ball back.
Ball's at the 16-yard line.
16-yard line. Lost it down also on the play for the Tigers.
Man, you should have seen Lenway run over the guy trying to block him. It was like a freight train running over a caterpillar. And then he ended up, he goes, I'm going to get creamed here. So he threw the ball. And I would too. Another flag's coming out here. And a false start for Marshall, so they're going the wrong way.
Illegal procedures to call against the Tigers.
Boy, they're going back to Warsaw here.
Back to the 11-yard line.
Marshall is. 7-0 Falcons lead, 8:09 to go until our hometown credit union halftime report. Double receivers on either side. Dropping back is their quarterback. The junior throws over the middle, almost picked off by Frank, and oh, man, he probably thinks it should have been. Almost picked it off. They tried a straight fly route there, a seam route, and it was intended for Noah Wiltz, and Frank came up and batted it away. He had nothing but green in front of him, folks. If he picks that off, it's probably a pick six. He gets congratulated on the sidelines as the line held up after that long run, one long run. Back deep is Frank and Mata to receive this punt. It's going to be a wobbly one. It's going to bounce at the 38. Stay away from it. It goes out of bounds at about 37. Or the 40, the 43. The 43 of Marshall. So they'll start in Marshall territory, and again, I think the reason we haven't seen a ton of throwing over the course of this first half by the Falcons anyway, most have been short passes. The one that picked up 15 yards actually picked up the last 8 on the ground. As he hands off to Lenway again, he stops and maybe a yard. Maybe a yard. Our winds right now are out of the east at 10 miles an hour. So that shouldn't be a problem, although the flags look like they're whipping a lot more than 10 miles an hour. I'll tell you that. A couple of receivers left. Mata's in the slot left. Worrell's off to the right. He's got some good speed. Looks like a deep slant could be open here. He's going to fake left and then run out. The back door is Hunter Nelson, and he gets the first down. No flags on the play as he takes it down to about the 30-yard line. That was a good fake. It looked like he was going to whip that pass out to the left, and then he just came out the back door right and got the first down. First and 10, 30-yard line of Marshall. So the Falcons right now have the wind at their back. Receiver right and a couple receivers left. The handoff goes to Lenway. He'll bounce off the left side and he'll cut it up the middle. And he'll pick up about 3, maybe 4 yards. Got a good block there up the middle by Brady Beskey, the 6'1", 294-pound junior. The ball's at the 27-yard line. So 27-yard line, it's 2nd and 7. Double receivers left, receiver right. Nelson's going to pump, and now he's going to throw to his right. Worrell wide open touchdown. Man, he just, talk about separation. You take a video of what we just saw, and that is the definition of separation. Worrell just blew down the field and just ran away from his defender, and it was no problem for the touchdown. So a 27-yard touchdown pass to Worrell from Hunter Nelson comes with 6:16 to go in the first half. The extra point kick is going to be right. Well, the officials didn't put their arms up. Sure looked like it was through the uprights. They never put their arms up. Well, you still got to put your arms up when it goes through the goalpost. They never put their arms up. It's good, folks. 14-0 is our score. Faribault back in 1 minute. Gee, what was that?
refused to accept the penalty on Marshall.
Hey, 30 seconds.
From the try spot.
30 seconds.
Faribault bringing the offense back
They're
up
going
the
for
field.
2 now because of the offside against Marshall. They're going to go for 2, it appears. The extra point kick was good, although the officials never put their arms up. Nelson's going to run to his left. He's going to run up the middle. He's going to be stopped. Nope, he got it. He got it. He reached out the ball to break the plane. They dragged him back on the field of play, but he got it. The 2-point conversion is good. So the Falcons lead it 15-0 with 6 minutes and 16 seconds to go. So it's a Nelson 2-point run. I didn't write the Solis kick on the first touchdown. Got to get that right. Again, at halftime, we'll have our Hometown Credit Union halftime report as the Falcons will be doing a kickoff here. Hy-Vee wants you to kick high prices to the curb by stopping out at Hy-Vee here in Faribault, where there's a lot of specials throughout the store. 6:16 to go. First half, 15-0 Falcons as the Solis is teeing up the ball here at the near side hash mark at the 40. End over end kick that's going to be taken at the 6. He slides, almost falls. He's at the 10, the 15. And there's a missed tackle, and then he's going to be surrounded by Falcons. Good sportsmanship out here on the field. Both these teams are helping each other up after they get knocked down, and I just like to see that. Ball's at the 20-yard line. That's where Marshall will start 1st and 10. Well, they mark it at the 21 just to make me have to change my pad here. 1st and 10 for the 21. Nearby, Besky, Lockerby up front, the 3-man front. Hammonds will join him off the left side from the linebacker spot. Fake handoff. Quarterback's going to run it himself. He gets out in the open. He gets behind his big 315-pounder, and he just keeps going, and he's got the first down. He's such a little guy. He gets behind that big lineman, and you can't see him. And Lockerby, who rarely you see drawn an official or anything, I think thought he was held on that play. He said something to the official. Boy, I'm telling you, this guy can motor too. 315 pounds, 6'3", and he was running in front of the quarterback, and he was, running. It wasn't like he was running on his heels. Receiver goes to the left. Quarterback's going to keep it again. This time he's going to be brought down after maybe a yard. Boy, if I'm his size, I don't know if I'd be running too much. Lenway and company were there. And I mean company. There were a host of guys. So the 6'9" tight end comes in the game. On a 2nd down and 9 with the ball on the 41-yard line of Marshall. They did have they got into the red zone and sputtered a drive, and they have moved the ball fairly well here against the Falcons, but have not obviously scored. Dropping back, near Hardy's another screen pass. You can see it coming, and great job. Fantastic job by Elijah Hammonds. He snuffed that baby out. You can fool me once, but you can't fool me twice. Again, the quarterback just looked like, you're going to let the guys in. That screen pass, yep, that's a screen pass. And he deciphered that and went out there and got the guy he was throwing it to and brought him down. So it's going to be 3rd down, 11, 39-yard line, Marshall. Ehlers is the cornerback on the far side, Worrell on the near side. Hammonds is running, and Lenway's coming on a blitz, and he's going to throw down the field, and it's going to be knocked away. Great defensive play by Johnny Frank. That looked like it was going to be open. He was trying to get the ball to Jonah Verstrate, a junior, 6'1", 185 pounds, and coming out of nowhere, Frank just swatted that ball down. Man, I tell you, the way they're balling the ball here, you might want to start boys volleyball here. Ball's at the 39-yard line. It's 4th down, and of course you'll be punting here if you're the Marshall Tigers. Their black helmets, the orange M on the side. Faribault Falcons in their home green and white, solid green helmets. The kick is not a good one. It's going to bounce and die at about the 36. Faribault will start 1st and 10 from their 36. And they have 3 minutes and 50 seconds to work with here. I think they have their timeouts too, if I'm not mistaken.
1st and 10 Faribault. Ball for Falcon 36.
Falcons up 15-0 here at Bruce Smith Field. Receiver right. Again, they have the wind at their back here at the moment. You got Klecker in the slot left. Mata's over there. Worrell's over there. Short side of the field all by his lonesome. Frank over here. Lenway runs out of the backfield. Nelson's going to throw down the field to Frank, and it's not complete.
Made from Nelson to Frank. Down the hash. Ball's incomplete.
That was a nice fake, though, by Nelson. It looked like he was going to throw that to Lenway. That's what everybody else thought, too. But good coverage there by the Marshall Tigers on Johnny Frank. Landed a little bit in front of him, and he looked over the wrong shoulder. Double receivers right, single receiver left, 2nd and 10 for the 36. They'll go to Lenway up the middle, and he bangs it out over the 40 to about the 41-yard line. Schrodt with a nice lead block on that play. We had a flag right where the ball ended up. So that could be a face mask. Let's see. It was right where the tackle was made. It is. It's a face mask. So they're going to march off the face mask personal foul penalty.
Bring the ball into Tigers territory.
And they're going to mark the ball at the 44-yard line of Marshall. 3 minutes, 36 seconds. Clock continues to tick. Double receivers right. Ehlers is the wing back left. Nelson takes a low snap, drops back. He's in trouble. He's in more trouble. He's in more trouble, and he gets sacked. Loss of about 5, maybe even 6 on the play. I don't know how they got in there that fast, but they got in there fast. Did the Marshall Tigers. First guy there was Bryant Paulson. He's a senior, 6'3", 190. Ball's right at midfield. So loss of 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 16. As Nelson continues in the gun. Nobody out left, 3 receivers out right. And here's a drop of the ball, Frank. And he wouldn't have probably gone very anywhere because there were 2 guys right there ready to lick him. So it's going to be 3rd down and 16. Ball's right at the Falcon logo at midfield here at Bruce Smith Field in Faribault.
3rd and 16 for the Falcons. Ball at midfield.
Frank left. Worrell right. He'll fake the handoff, throws out to the left. It's caught by Ehlers. He gets a nice block, and he's going to, nice stiff arm, and he's going to go out of bounds. Probably picks up maybe 9, 10 yards. That's not enough, of course. He's slow to get up as Ehlers on the far Marshall sideline. And it looks like he's going to be bringing himself out here. 2 minutes, 44 seconds to go.
There's a marker.
See what this penalty is. Could be a personal foul on the end of that tackle. Yep, something against the Marshall because the coach is like, why? I read his lips. He said, why? I couldn't read the official's lips. His back was to me. But it is going to be a personal foul. And so Faribault gets aided again. 2 minutes, 44 seconds to go in the half. Klecker runs onto the field. He'll be on the left side with Frank and Bada. There's Worrell off to the right. Remember, he got a pretty much a fly pattern for a touchdown the last series. Dropping back Nelson. He's going to go left this time. He's got his, oh man.
Down the numbers.
Klecker sped up, and I mean, had he been able to hit him, it would have been a touchdown. He put it into another gear and just flew by some guys. Second and 10, ball's at the 29-yard line. Plenty of time, 2 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first half. Halftime, we'll have our Hometown Credit Union halftime report. Trips to the left, single receiver right. Worrell's out right, low snap, whips it out to Worrell. He's got one man to beat. He sidesteps him. He's at the 10, he's at the 5, touchdown! 29-yard touchdown pass to A.J. Worrell. Yeah, the would-be tackler committed too soon. He had the one guy out there. Put a little move on him, and that was it. That was all she wrote. 2 minutes, 32 seconds to go in the first half. The extra point kick is going to be attempted here by Solis.
Solis for the conversion.
As Hammonds and Lenway are protections on the outsides of the left and right. The kick is up, and that baby is through the uprights. Officials put their arms up that time. Extra point kick is good. The Faribault Falcons have a 22-0 lead with 2 minutes and 32 seconds to go until our Hometown Credit Union halftime report. We'll be back in 1 minute. How do you like them petunias? Well, we had the kickoff, and now we're getting marched back here because I think Faribault was started too soon. So they're going to kick over. Horty Kosfeld here at the Power 96 Sports microphone. We got Paul Shea Engineering back at the studios. You can listen to his morning show and hear some of Southern Minnesota's best classic rock. Of course, you can listen to that after the game, too. Unfortunately, we will not be able to carry the Falcons if they win this game on Saturday because they play in the afternoon, and we have contracts to honor with the colleges, St. Olaf and Carleton, on Saturday afternoons. Here comes the kick. Near side hash mark. Sends him back, and he's going to let it go. He's going to, oh my, it died. It died at the 2, and he picks it up. Why did he let it go? Faribault's going to just engulf him at about the 6-7 yard line to give him forward progress to, but he was going to let that go. He thought it was going to go in the end zone, and it just died. What a great kickoff by Solis. He might get a gold ball for that. 2 minutes and 22 seconds to go in the half. And then Lewis pats him on the helmet as he comes off the field. It's good to see everybody congratulating him on the sideline. 2:26 to go until our Hometown Credit Union halftime report. I'm assuming that Marshall will just kind of let it ride here. They're going to run up the middle and not much there. They're down here where they can't afford to have a turnover, right? Loss on that play.
Loss back to the 5. We'll make it 2nd and 12. Yeah, really, you should start thinking about it. There's still 2 minutes to go. Maybe after this play.
So from the 5-yard line, it'll be 2nd down and 12. Clock continues to tick. Junior quarterback under center. Going to hand off to his up man this time, and he is brought down, right now. Well, we had a clear block in the back in my binoculars, I'll tell you that. As one of the Marshall Tigers just shoved in the back. Joey Steinberg, the 5'9", 149-pound sophomore who was trying to make a play. He just jumped on his back. So we had a timeout here with a minute 39 to go. That's the one thing that I would have on the scoreboard that's not on the scoreboard. It's the timeouts. Kind of important to know. You got the score of the two teams, and you got the, ads on there, and you got the time left in the quarter, but there's no timeouts on there. Marshall's going to come out here on a 3rd and 13 from their own 4 after losing a yard on that play. Again, they're heading back toward Warsaw. The 6'9" tight end is off to the left. We have not seen them try to throw him a ball yet, so maybe he's not great at catching. Dropping back, he goes way back and just chucks it down the field. Almost caught at about the 43-yard line. That was in a lot of traffic. There were 3 guys out there running with the receiver, and he still almost caught it. That was Jet Wing. What a great name for a football player, Jet Wing. Why couldn't my folks have named me Jet? Well, it wouldn't have worked for me, I guess. Jet would signify fast, right? It wouldn't work for me. Minute 32 to go. The punter's going to kick from his own end zone here. The punter is Noah Wiltz, the senior. Minute 31 to go. The Falcons could actually score another time here. It's kicking into the wind. And now we got another timeout. So who took this one? Did you see? Marshall took a timeout. Well, I don't know why you'd want to do that. Give the Falcons more time to have the ball. 22-0 is our score. The Faribault Falcons lead. There's nobody back here, and they're showing they're certainly not going to go for it on 4th on their own 4-yard line, but nobody's back for Faribault. They're just going to let them punt it. I would want to return if it was me. They're coming after him here, and they ran into the kicker. They ran into the kicker, so this is not going to be Faribault's ball. I mean, we'll see which one they call here. But it was pretty obvious. Faribault was coming after it. That's why they had nobody back. But, yep. So, some Falcon fans are booing. It was pretty obvious what happened, wasn't it? Minute 19 to go. I mean, I don't understand that. I would have gone for the return myself, but what do I know? I'm just a flunky radio guy. Ball's at the 19-yard line. Bill Marshall gets to try to score with a minute 19 to go in the half. The guy's punting from his own end zone, so chances are, unless he's got a cannon for a leg, you're probably going to, even a 40-yard punt, you're still going to have good field position, get a return. You never know. Mata could take it to the house. So here we go. He rolls to his right. Lenway's in pursuit from behind. He's going to throw over the middle of the field. It was incomplete. On the pass, Soto was in coverage. A couple of other guys were out there too. They just don't get enough guys in the pattern. The Marshall Tigers, that was very straight. Be second down and 10. Of course, the incomplete pass stops the clock with 1:13 to go in the half. Faribault Falcons lead at 22-0. You're in tune to KQCL-FM, Faribault, Minnesota. Power 96 Radio, 95.9 FM. Got a flag here. Again, he's been turning on his microphone, but it's not working. So he ran over the line of scrimmage. Ball's at the 15. Going to be second and about 14. As the junior quarterback runs back, he's going to throw over the middle. It's off the hands of the intended recipient on a crossing pattern. Mata was over there. Hammonds was in the neighborhood, tried to get it to the same guy. And they were lucky that wasn't picked off because it came off his hands and then fluttered up in the air. And these incomplete passes are going to give Faribault the ball back again if they stop him here. There's 1:09 to go in the half. This last 3 minutes seems like forever. Double receivers left and right. The quarterback is going to do a draw. He ran out of 2 tackles, 3 tackles, and he's going to get the first down. Are you kidding me? I cannot believe what I just saw. He ran through 3 different, this is just a little guy, and he runs through I don't know how many tackles, and he gets the first down out to the 32-yard line. My, oh my, that belongs on a highlight reel for the Marshall Tigers. Unfortunately, Faribault's on it. 45 seconds to go, dropping back. He's going to swing it out to the right, and the young man didn't get out of bounds, which I didn't understand. He went right up straight to the field, and a timeout's going to be taken by Marshall. That's got to be their last one. 36 seconds to go in the half. So it'll be second down at about 5. Halftime, we'll have our Hometown Credit Union halftime report. We'll hear from some of our super sponsors. Again, at the conclusion of our broadcast, I'll have our Malika's Auto Body Crunch Time Faribault player or players of today's game, courtesy of Malika's Auto Body in Faribault. When your vehicle suffers crunch time, the place to take it is Malika's. The final game of the 2021 season at Bruce Smith Field here for the Faribault Falcon varsity. They're up 22-0 on the Marshall Tigers. Ball's at the 38-yard line. It'll be second down in about 4. As Lockerbie and company go back onto the field. By the way, the center for the Marshall Tigers is Evan Greenfield. He's a 6', 245-pound senior. Trips to the left, single receiver to the right. Junior rolls to his left. The right-handed quarterback throws. He's got a man wide open at the 50-yard line. So that'll be another first down for Marshall. They're going to pad their stats here. They have 28 seconds left. They get those chains set. They'll start the clock. Actually, they started the clock before the chains even got down there. And now they spike the football to stop the clock. When you don't have any timeouts, that's what you do. Meyer Art's a junior, 6 feet, 155 pounds. Man, that run he had on the fourth down was unbelievable. Trips to the right, single receiver to the left. Now he tells his trips to come tight to the line of scrimmage. He'll take the snap. He'll drop back. He's going to unwind, and it's right through the hands of the receiver. I mean, right through the hands of John Gruhot. Laying in the weeds that time was Worrell. 19 seconds to go in the quarter. Is this last 3 minutes lasted 20 minutes? It seems like it. Of course, we had a lot of timeouts. 19 seconds to go, dropping back, and he's in trouble. Lenway chases. He runs to his right, and he throws out of bounds and hits the kicker's net. Well, there actually was nobody in the neighborhood there either, but I doubt they'll throw a flag on that one. He hit the kicker's net. Well, we might just run the quarterback again here. He's very elusive. Ball's at the 48-yard line of Faribault. With 13 ticks left in the half. Got double receivers on both sides. He drops back, and he's just going to unwind and send it to the right, and it's going to be picked off. Well, it should have been picked off. A couple of Faribault Falcons are right there, but they didn't pick it off. As Mata was kind of slow to get up, gets helped up by Hunter Nelson, who was back there on the play. Using his size back there, right? Hunter 6, listed at 6'2" on the roster. So Faribault with 6 seconds to go in the half is going to take over at the 48-yard line. And my guess is they're just going to take a knee here and end the first half. 22-0 is our score. Faribault Falcons lead. Nearby comes out over the football. Nelson, of course, doesn't go behind center at the 48. He's not going to take a knee either. He's going to throw off to his right. It's going to be almost intercepted. Tried to get it to Mata on a bit of a go route that time, but it was no good. Noah Wiltz nearly got the pick, but didn't get the pick. Halftime, the score 22-0. Faribault Falcons lead the Marshall Tigers. You can still come back from that, folks. That's 3 touchdowns. And remember, Marshall gets the ball to start the second half. Faribault Falcons got the ball to start the game because Marshall deferred. Falcons scored on their first drive. It was a long one. It started at the 22. It ate up a lot of clock. They scored with 6 minutes and 33 seconds to go in the first quarter. A 1-yard touchdown plunge by Lenway. Solis kicked the extra point. We'll go over the rest of the scoring from the first half. We'll have stats from the first half, all during our Hometown Credit Union halftime report. Thanks to the Hometown Credit Union. They're so proud of Faribault. That's why they support their hometown team. So get out there and support Hometown Credit Union. Halftime report comes your way in 2 minutes. interstation game has Randolph and Kenyon Wanamingo tied at 14 apiece. But Randolph is driving here with a little bit of time left in the first half. That's the featured game on KDHL tonight. BA Cardinals are in Hayfield taking on the Vikings, and I have not yet seen a text from Ed Friesen. He typically does let us know, so we can let you know how the Cardinals are doing, but I don't see any. The first half statistics, I'm sure, will be coming here shortly. The other scoring for Faribault in the first half came with 6:16 to go. In the second quarter, it was 7-0 after the first quarter. 6:16 to go in the first half. A 27-yard touchdown pass to Worrell. Nelson's two-point run was good. And then with 2 minutes and 32 seconds to go in the half, the Faribault Falcons scored on another pass to Worrell of 29 yards. Extra point kick was good. At the half, it's 8-6. Is that right? 6 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the second quarter. Bethlehem Academy leads Hayfield 8-6. This is a team they beat 70-something to 14 about a month ago. That's unbelievable. But that's what it says here. Wow. That's a bit of a shock. To me, anyway. I was at that game in Hayfield. That's why it's a bit of a shock. 8-6. With, what did I say? 6 minutes to go in the half, something like that. Must have started late or something. Because this one has taken forever, the first half, I thought. Here at halftime, 22-0. Faribault Falcons lead. We'll have your first half statistics in 2 minutes. We're getting updates from all over now in BA. After I announced the score, bang, Crossfeld. There's a different. The score is 16-6 now with a minute 35 to go in the half. About 3 different people telling us that. Anyway, I got to go in here and get our stats. At least I hope they're here by now. They should be. There they are, like clockwork. The official statistics from the Faribault Falcons. And we'll share those with you here. Marshall has 123 yards in total offense. Faribault has 170. Number of plays, 32 for the Tigers, 31 for the Falcons. Faribault has 97 yards passing to Marshall's 48. Marshall 5 of 17 passing. Hunter Nelson is 8 of 13. Rushing, 75 yards for Marshall, 73 yards for Faribault. 67-yard punt. That's got to be a school record for the Faribault Falcons. It's got to be. I'm going to check after the game. I'm guessing Hunter Nelson had a school record punt of 67 yards. There's one longer. I want to know what it was. Sacks, 1 for Marshall, none for Faribault. 11 minutes, 9 seconds. Time of possession for the Falcons, 12:45 for Marshall. First downs, 13 for the Falcons, 8 for the Tigers. Third down conversions, Faribault was 2 of 5. They were 1 for 1 on fourth down. Remember, they got the 4th and 15, led to that first touchdown. And then fourth down conversions, 1 for 3 for Marshall. They had that long run by the quarterback, and their third down conversions are 4 for 11. Matthias Lenway has 14 carries, 71 yards in the first half. He's averaging around 5 yards a pop. Tyler Mayhart, who is the quarterback, had 4 runs of 41 yards total. He's averaging over 10 yards a pop there. They had 4 different guys catch balls for the Marshall Tigers. 5 different guys caught balls for the Faribault Falcons. Worrell had 2 catches, 56 yards. Lenway, 2 for 22. Mata, 2 for 19. Schrodt had 1 for 4. And Klecker had 1 for -4. Remember, they were going to set up that receiver screen, and it was snuffed out big time. Defensively, Johnny Frank leads in tackles with 3, all solo. Matthias Lenway has 2.5, 2 of them solo. Elijah Hammonds, 2.5, 2 solo. Tim Nervy has 2.5, 2 solo. A.J. Worrell's got a couple of solo tackles. Schrott's got 2 total, a couple of assists, and a solo tackle for the Faribault Falcons. Marshall is led by Brent Paulson and Caden Finger with 4 tackles each. And those are your statistics from the first half in this one. We are in the Hometown Credit Union halftime report. Hometown Credit Union Faribault is so proud of their hometown. That's why they support their hometown team. At halftime, it's 22-0. Faribault Falcons lead. Both teams in their respective locker rooms, not too far away from getting the second half underway. We'll be back at Bruce Smith Field right after this 90-second timeout. Oh, that feedback is on that ad. Wow. The Northfield Raiders are putting a hurt on the Austin Packers. Oh my gosh. They're up 35-0 in the third quarter. Meanwhile, our featured game on KDHL is a barn burner. It's 14 all at the half. Kenyon Wanamingo and Randolph. Last time those two teams played, Randolph ran away with the game when they played over in the Moat. That's Kenyon Wanamingo's football field. The castle is the gym. The moat is the football field because you can't have a castle without a moat. The Marshall Tigers are back on the field doing their calisthenics. Boy, they have an impressive circle of players out here at Bruce Smith Field. Boy, that's impressive. And Coach Jernell's son ran a 99-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. That might be a school record for Northfield. Can't do much more than 99 yards on a kickoff return. Isn't that interesting? Well, got you some more scores there thanks to Paul Shea back at the studios and a couple other listeners who texted in right after I said the PA score. Bam, bam, all kinds. That's awesome. People must be listening down there in Hayfield, I'm guessing. Yeah, I got those right away. Hey, that's not the score now. No, 16-6. With a minute 35 to go in the half was the last reported score down there in Hayfield. Still, it's awfully close, right? Minute 35 to go, 16-6. That's a far cry from the 74-14 score they had last time they met. I don't remember what the score was at the half, but I do remember it was a lot farther apart than it is now. Probably have that somewhere in my folder here. So Marshall's back on the field. The Faribault Falcons have just now come back onto the field. You probably heard the horn going off as they come back onto the field, and we'll be ready for the second half kickoff here. Remember, Marshall gets the ball to start the second half. We'll have that for you right after this 1 minute timeout. You don't wear gloves, huh? Well, they added some more time on the clock, didn't they? Or I guess they didn't, but they kind of did. The Faribault Falcons are out doing calisthenics. The Marshall Tigers are running around. And, yeah, they did. They put more time on the clock. They always do that, don't they? Couple more minutes when they come back onto the field. 22-0 is our halftime score. The Faribault Falcons, Matthias Lenway on a running touchdown and a couple of passes to Worrell for touchdowns by Hunter Nelson. And that's why they have this 22-0 lead. Marshall, we just gave you the statistics. Statistically, the game's fairly close. But it's the score that counts, right? And it's 22-0. Faribault Falcons leading here at halftime. Coming up this weekend, we, of course, have St. Olaf football on KDHL radio and right here on Power 96. I'll have the Carleton Knights. Big game. They take on the Gustavus Adolphus Gusties. If they win that game, they'll be in second place in their division with only one regular season game left, and that's against the St. John's Johnnies, who are ranked 5th in the nation. And they get to play them at home at Laird Stadium in the final regular season game. And then we've got championship week, right? The championship week follows that. And the division that the division that both Carleton and St. Olaf are in goes on the road regardless of where you finish. That whole division goes on the road. Then next year, the division, I always forget the names of the divisions, but they will be hosting next year, those divisions. So if the Carleton Knights, they pulled off a overtime win over Concordia last Saturday, if they can do something similar and beat the Gustavus Adolphus Gusties, well, regardless of what happens, they have had a phenomenal season. The worst they can do is 3 losses on the year. That's the worst they can do in the regular season. And so that's a very successful season for the Carleton Knights. That'll be on Power 96. The St. Olaf Ollies have a tough task as well on Saturday. The Bethel Royals come to the field there at St. Olaf Klein Field on the campus of St. Olaf College in Northfield, Minnesota. We're on the Manitou Hill. So again, Marshall will receive the ball to start the second half, and I'm sure they're thinking we really need to score this first drive, and that'll make things interesting. It's 22-0. You see Hunter Nelson's got some gloves on here. I guess I didn't tell you what the game time temperature was, did I? Silly me.
To start the second half,
Well, I don't know how accurate this is, but my phone says it's 51 degrees right now. Feels like 46. As teeing it up is
teeing up the
for the
Falcons,
Faribault Falcons,
number 40,
Eduardo Solis, the senior, on the near side hash mark. Back deep on the near side for the Marshall Tigers
Heidi Wakama,
is Wakama.
23,
And on the far side, it is Jet Wing. Man, I love that name. Wakama's got it. He drops it inside the 5. He goes back to pick it up. No Falcon was in the zip code then. There's a broken tackle, and then there's no broken tackle there. He's going to not make it to the 10-yard line.
Wakama on the return,
A lot of guys were down there. I think getting credit for the tackle for Faribault will be Isaac Yetzer, 5'8", 144-pound sophomore, one of those great wrestlers the Falcons have.
so the Tigers will start first and 10. Ball
Just got a text like for our photo from Jesse Armbruster, the head wrestling coach of the Faribault Falcons. I'm sure he's looking forward to a successful wrestling season. We were state ranked a year ago. Handoff off to the right, and Schroet grabs him around the ankles and will bring him down.
Side.
Mata over to help out too, but it was Schroet who grabbed the ankles
Initial hit was Bo Schroed, number 16.
of Wakama, 6'1", 180-pound junior. So Marshall wants to establish that running game again, and we saw what the quarterback could do. We'll probably see him here soon. On a keeper, it's 2nd down and 4, the ball on the 16-yard line of Marshall. As the quarterback, as his running back, yep, he just carried it himself, and guess what? The Falcons stuffed it.
On the keeper,
Tried to go off the left side that time and was stood up. Soto was there, and Lenway was there, and
stood up by
that whole right side of the line was there.
Lenway
So he tried to run left. He looks like he might have got a yard on it.
gain of 1 will
It'll be
bring up
3rd down and 3
Tigers ball to Marshall
on the
17.
17-yard line. So it's 3rd down and 3. Dropping back, rolling to his right. He's in trouble, and it picked off.
Fire under pressure, rolling,
Schroet gets the interception on the far sideline. It looked like he was trying to throw it away, and Bo Schroet just got his big old paws up there and picks it off. So the Falcons are going to have terrific field position to start their first drive of the second half.
to Marshall 25.
Ball's at the 25-yard line of Marshall. Well, you got to score here. It's called putting the proverbial nail in the coffin. 10:15 to go. We got Lenway, and Hammond is back there, split backs next to Nelson. Hammond now goes in motion. Nelson's going to fake a throw out to him, and he's going to try to run out the back door and gets tackled.
Keeper brought down for a loss.
I'm sure.
24, Hayden Benger.
I don't know if Lenway missed a block there or something, but he did not block one of those guys who tackled Lenway. So it'll be a loss of a couple on the play. Frank will be out to the left. We got double receivers out to the right. Remember, Worrell's had a couple of touchdowns, and he's been on one-on-one coverage both times, and it looks like they got him on it again. Nelson's going to hand off to Lenway up the middle, and there's not much there. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and it's going to be 3rd and long. Well, I got to tell you, anytime I'd see single coverage out on Worrell, I'd be throwing him the ball. 9:25 to go. He just ran by that guy the first time. Receiver left, double receivers right. He's going to throw off to Mata. Mata couldn't make the catch, the adjustment to the ball. Isaac ran a really nice route that time as they kind of switched places, did Worrell and Mata on the play. Triton has a 22-16 lead over St. Charles with 5:51 to go in the third quarter.
Wilson's on the coverage. Makes it 4th and 10 for Faribault.
It'll be 4th down, and you're going to go for it here. 4th and 10. The ball's on the 25-yard line of Marshall. 4th and 10. Nelson takes the snap, drops back. Here's a blitz. He runs up the middle, and he sidesteps one tackler, but he can't get by the other one. He tries to get the first down. He'll come up about a yard short. Marshall's going to take over. So the great field position, the 25 of Marshall, does not result in a touchdown. The Tigers can be very proud that they were able to hold the Falcons out there.
1st and 10 for the Tigers, ball at their own 17.
So from the 17-yard line, Marshall will start. They've started their, let's see, they start at the 6, the 7, the 11, the 17, 4 of their last 5 drives. Junior quarterback wings it out to the left. It's incomplete. That ball hit the ground.
Jake Even in at quarterback.
I could hardly even see. As the Marshall quarterback is a senior, Jake Eben. He's a 6', 175-pounder. He's under center, the senior. He's going to hand it off. Oh, he bobbled it, but he's going to control. He breaks a tackle. Man, oh, man. Now he's going to be brought down by Schroet.
Wakama breaks the tackle, then it's spun down by Schroet.
And the Wakama picks up a couple of yards. That was one of your more exciting couple-yard runs.
Gain of 3 up to the 20.
So at the 20-yard line, it'll be 3rd down and 7 for Marshall. This game has kind of gone to a crawl here. The final 3 minutes of the first half. There's 8:27 to go in this third quarter. We got trips to the right, single receiver left. The senior quarterback's in the gun, drops back. He looks right. He moves his shoulders. Now he's going to throw over the middle. He's got his man. It's a first down. First down. Schroet will make the stop. He threw that with some zip on it. And the catch is made, and it's a first down at the 31-yard line. So 31-yard line. The clock is fast becoming Faribault's best friend. They're up by 3 scores with 7:54 to go in the third quarter. Marshall, the quarterback's going to take the direct snap and go right up to about the 35-yard line. He was tackled by his shirt. Elijah Hammond's shaking his head. He was shaking his head because he got about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. Ball's at the 35-yard line. Right to left on your radio dial go the Marshall Tigers. In their white jersey tops, black and orange numerals, and there the left tackle, the big fella, started too soon. And when I say big fella, I mean big fella. 6'3", 315 pounds. And earlier he was running in front of the quarterback on a run. Man, oh man, that guy can motor.
Make it 2nd and 11 for Marshall.
As we're approaching 7 minutes to go in the third quarter, Faribault leads at 22-0. This is section 2. Winner of this game will more than likely play in the afternoon, Saturday. That's what the bracket says anyway. Receiver goes in motion, left to right. He ran right into the tackler. as he caught the ball. I don't know how he held on to the ball. Ehlers was there the instant that the ball was there. Ian Ehlers read that baby big time.
Ian Ehlers on the hit for the Falcons.
That was a very nice job by Ehlers. I just realized I printed off the brackets for this section, and because it only allows you to print off half pages off the high school league website, I only got half the page. Dropping back, throwing off to the right is the quarterback. It's incomplete. It should have been caught. He would have had the first down. I mean, it was right on his hands. Andrew Wallen, he's a junior tight end, 6'1", 185 pounds. So it's going to be 4th down and 8. The ball's on their 33-yard line. And they'll be punting here. You're not going to try for anything here. Earlier, they had to punt out of their own end zone, and Faribault came after him, ended up with a running into the kicker. I don't think they'll come after him this time. There's the kick. Calling for a fair catch.
Fair catch by Jordan Klecker.
By Klecker, who was back there instead of Mata. Hope Isaac's okay. See where they put the football down here. 38. Faribault scored 3 times in the first half. Nobody has scored in this half. You got 5:59 to go, third quarter. Left to right go the Faribault Falcons. Nelson in the gun. Lenway standing behind him. He's got Ehlers and Frank off to the left. Klecker and Worrell off to the right. Nearby gets ready to snap that football. Here comes a blitz. They swing it out to Klecker. Klecker trying to get his speed going. He's going to pick up about 6 yards. Be 2nd and 4. You'll take that on first down every time. 6 yards. Takes it out to the 44-yard line. Klecker again in the slot left. Frank is outside of him on the near short side of the field. The hash mark is on the ball's on the right hash mark. As Nelson puts Lenway to his left, hands it off to Lenway. Lenway runs off to the right, and he had one man to beat. He's got the first down, takes it into Marshall territory to the 49-yard line. And let's see if the Falcons just keep trying to pound it here. They're up 22-0. They really don't have to score, right? Up 22-0. Double receivers right and left. Nelson was going to go, and then he steps back as the coaches see what they're in and then calls the play. He's going to throw on the run. Thrown out there to Klecker. Klecker's got the first down. Takes it inside the 40 down to about the 37-yard line before he's run out of bounds. Over there on the stop for the Marshall Tigers, or one of the guys over there, was Malachi Clem, a junior, 5'10", 165 pounds. Ball is at the 37. So a 1st and 10 for the Falcons. Double receivers right and left. Ball on the far side hash mark, and Frank rocked. He rocked, and so they're going to call him for a false start.
Procedure against Faribault. 5-yard mark up against the Falcons. Bring the ball back to the 42.
Well, Faribault did have a couple of penalties that they overcame in the first half. As we're approaching 4 minutes to go in this third quarter, 22-0 Falcons lead. Gordy Kosfeld with the Power 96 Sports microphone. Also on the Faribault High School YouTube channel. Dropping back is Nelson. He's going to throw the go route. He's got it over the shoulder beautifully, but the catch ain't made. Oh my, Ehlers is saying I should have had that. It was a beautiful ball right over his shoulder, perfectly placed, and he didn't catch the ball. Well, it's a cold night. That might be part of it. 4 minutes and 9 seconds to go. So it's 2nd and 15. Double receivers both sides. Fake handoff to Lenway. Nelson's going to bring it out himself. He covers that football, and he'll take it just beyond the original line of scrimmage by a couple of yards, down to about the 35-yard line.
Brought down by Wallen, also into the play, 45, Gavin Sheehan.
As there were a host of Marshall Tigers there. So far, the Falcon defense has pitched a shutout. It's 22-0, 3:38 to go, third quarter. Kenyon Wanamingo leads 20-14 over Randolph in the third quarter. The dropping back, Nelson throws over the middle, and it is. What did he catch it? He bobbled it, and then he did not catch it. They say Worrell. It was incomplete, and then the other guy from Marshall who almost got the pick was Omar Abdi. He's a junior, 6'1", 175 pounds. That's when the official said no, the ball hit the ground. So 3:19 to go in the third quarter. It's 4th down and 6, the ball on the 35-yard line. So this is kind of one of those tweener locations. We got quad out to the right, 4 receivers, and a receiver off to the left. This really drove Cass and Manorville crazy when they played the Comets. Thought we'd see more of it. And Nelson was open. Oh, man, he threw a dart, and it's a first down. He ran out there, got away from everybody. Ehlers made sure he was going to catch that one. That was a dart, an absolute laser that Nelson threw there to the 23-yard line. I really like that package. I mean, you got to try and cover 5 receivers. Not many high schools can do that. And Nelson's elusive enough, right? He got away, even though there's a little pressure. He just stepped up in the pocket and zipped it out there to get the completion. 2 minutes, 40 seconds to go in the half. Double receivers, both sides. They really spread this field. And Nelson's going to do a pitch to Lenway. Lenway, nice open field tackle by Marshall's Jonah Verstreet. The junior, that was a nice open field tackle. That looked like when he first pitched it, it was going to go a ways. And he only got a couple of yards. 2nd and 8, ball's on the 21. Falcons going left to right on your radio dial. As Nelson again looked like he was getting ready to call the snap count, and then he waits to get the play from the coaches. They see what they're in, and then they give him the play. He drops the ball. He covered it up again, I think.
Fumble on the snap is recovered by Nelson.
I noticed at halftime he had some gloves on. He's not wearing gloves now. Yeah, 51 degrees, your hands get cold. Wind chill made it feel like 46.
Lost back to the 27.
I don't know where we're at now, but. So double receivers left and right.
3rd and 7.
The handoff goes to Lenway, bounces it off tackle, and he's going to go all the way. He just got tripped up at the last instant. He was going to go in for the touchdown, a touchdown-saving tackle by Noah Wiltz. He tripped him up at the 5. He was going to go in for the score. We're approaching a minute to go in the third quarter. The ball's at the 4-yard line.
First and goal for Faribault.
Hammonds is the up man here, and Nelson's under center. Nearby's going to snap it. He's going to quick pitch it to Lenway. Lenway following Hammonds goes ushered into the end zone for the touchdown. So Lenway gets a 4-yard touchdown run, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the day. That comes with 38 seconds to go in the third quarter. Solis will go in to kick the extra point. Or try to kick the extra point. Nelson's the holder. Nearby is the snapper, and that baby is through the uprights. So Solis makes that one. 38 seconds to go, third quarter. Faribault 29, Marshall nothing. Back in 1 minute. I don't know how many times that's happened tonight, but Marshall just cannot catch these kickoffs. That one was dropped again inside the 5. They end up getting back to the 12. BA is hanging on by the hair of their chinny chin. They're up 16 to 12 on Hayfield with 1:54 to go in the third quarter. I was at that game down there earlier this year. That score is really interesting, to say the least. 29-0 is the score here as Marshall takes over on the 12-yard line. Again, they're having troubles catching kickoffs. And, well, I think they fumbled this, and we'll see if it was recovered by Faribault. And coming out of the pile is a Falcon, and they say it's Faribault football. Besky recovers it. Recovered, fumbled by Besky, came out of the pile with it anyway. And so the Faribault Falcons are going to place the officials are going to place the ball at the 11-yard line. Oh, boy. It's pretty much out of reach right now. I mean, 29-0, but this would really ice it. And it would put it at running time in the fourth quarter. Fake handoff. There's a quick pitch left. Lenway is going to run for that pylon. He gets a host of guys over there to get him down at about the 5, the 4, somewhere in there. Going to mark it at the 4. That's where he ran his last touchdown in, for the 4. And that's the last play of the third quarter. We're going to run all the way to the other end of the field. Ball's on the 4-yard line. Yep, we'll run east, young man, run east. With the score, after 3 quarters, Faribault 29, Marshall nothing. Falcons will have it at the 4-yard line when the fourth quarter starts. Getting ready to punch their ticket to the next round of Section 2, Class 4A. Yep, as we just told you, the Cardinals are hanging on by the hair of their chinny chin. 16-12, late in the third quarter. We'll keep you abreast of that. And Kenyon Wanamingo, last we heard, was ahead of Randolph. Rushford Peterson has their JV in the game, it says here. They lead Wabasha Kellogg 32-rip in the third quarter. Got a World Series game tonight, don't we? Braves and the Houston Astros. I don't know who to root for in that series, to be honest with you. I guess I'll go with the Braves because I'm not a big Astros guy. After a couple of years ago, I don't think I'll ever be an Astros guy. Well, they cheated. People up here were asking me why I'm not an Astros guy. Well, banging trash cans, giving up the signs. Here, the Falcons will start the fourth quarter on the 4-yard line as Nearby. They walked all the way to the other end of the field. officials, chain gang, everybody has to walk all the way to the other end. As Nelson moving around behind the line of scrimmage there, takes a high snap, hands it off. No, he keeps it himself, and he's got the touchdown. So Hunter Nelson runs it in from 4 yards out.
4 yards out. Number 5, Hunter Nelson.
3 seconds into the fourth quarter. As 11:57 to go in the game. That puts this baby out of reach, 35-0. It'll be running time this quarter. Or, I don't know. I would think it would be, but maybe in the sections it's different. So Solis will kick the extra point. This Marshall team came in here at 4-4. All their wins were blowouts, and their losses were that ball hit just the inside of the left upright and went in. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. 11 minutes, 57 seconds to go in the game. The Falcons 36, the Tigers nothing. You think Solis thinks Cass and Manorville, if I would have done that, inside instead of just boinking off the upright? But, that was then and this is now, and I'm sure he's not thinking about it, to be honest. 36-0 is our score. Faribault Falcons lead. There's 11:57 to go in this game. And it looks like the Marshall Tigers are going to have a very, very, very long bus ride home. We'll be back in 30 seconds. Eddie Rosario. Well, Marshall takes the ensuing kick, and the young man runs it out over the 30-yard line. That's one of their better returns on the day. They've had some issues picking up the ball, dropping it, but not that time. About 4 footballs get thrown on the field there at the officials. And they are going to place it at the 33. Believe me, the Falcons want to keep this shutout. Top of the 4th inning, the Braves lead 5-0. Of course, Eddie Rosario is the MVP of the NLCS. Former Twin, they didn't need him. And we're going to have a sack of the quarterback here. And Nearby's going to come flying through and sack the senior quarterback. Yep, Nearby gets the sack. Blue Earth area wins over Waterville, Elysian, Morristown 49-7 tonight. That ends the Buccaneer season. Boy, I don't remember the last time the Buccaneers, lost a first-round football game. They've always been really good. Trips to the right, single receiver to the left. Ehlers taps his helmet as he swings it out there. Little curl inside by the receiver, and he's going to be taking it down to about the 34 on the pass play after the sack. As the head coach is running in a play here with 10 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the game. His team is down 36-0. Faribault's getting some substitutes in the game. They've got Gerald Skelton. Hey, I wonder if he's related to Red. 5'4", 110-pound sophomore. I just aged myself right there. Here's a pass that's caught at the first down marker. They're trying to get him to the ground. They finally do. They got it to Omar Abdi. He's a junior, 6'1", 175. Ball's at the 44-yard line. 1st and 10, Marshall. Left to right in your radio dial. 10 minutes to go in the game. Quarterback going to pitch it. And he's got a head of steam. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 35. He's at the 30. And there goes the shutout. He's just sidestepped another guy. He's got a touchdown. a 56-yard touchdown run. In fairness, Faribault did have a couple of their reserves in, but still, 56 yards is 56 yards for Chida Wakama. He's a junior, 6'1", 180 pounds. Showed some good speed there. After he got past the 30, 40-yard line, it was pretty evident he was going to score. So there goes the shutout. 9 minutes, 49 seconds. There goes the running time. Kick is up, and it is through the uprights. 9 minutes, 49 seconds to go in the game. Faribault leads it 36-7. Now, dare you do an onside kick here? Do you dare do that? Why not? I agree. I think I would do it. I mean, why? You got nothing to lose. Do an onside kick. If nothing else, you're practicing for next year. 36-7. Faribault back in 30 seconds. Are you serious? It's a final? It's a final? Well, why does it say final? 10-11 to go. Bethlehem Academy's got a lead in that game down in Hayfield. I can't remember what the score was now. It was just showing to me. 22-12? 22-12. There's an onside kick. Oh, it's beautifully kicked. It missed a couple of linemen. They had to jump away so it wouldn't touch them. And it goes over on the far sideline. Did it go out of bounds? He didn't quite get the 10 yards. He kind of kicked that baby sideways, and of course the flag comes out, so it didn't get the necessary yardage, and Faribault can take it over at the 50-yard line. So the ball's going to be at the 45-yard line. That's where Faribault will start. First and 10, 45 Marshall. Nelson is still in there, which is interesting. In fact, you got all your starting receivers in there, too. Elijah Hammonds is in at running back, and the offensive line is in there with 9:49 to go. Well, it's their last game at home, right? Here's a pass out to Klecker. Klecker shirks the tackler, and then, oh, man, he runs into kind of a wall there. There's a nice open field tackle there by Marshall's Malachi Clem, the junior. He got about a yard on the pass play. It'll be second down and 9. Ball's at the 44-yard line. Double receivers left and right. Nelson barks and then looks. And then he'll bark again. As Hammond's trying to get the play too, he went from the right to the left to make sure he got on the same page. He's the back in there now. Dropping back Nelson. He's going to look to uncork it. Now he puts the ball down and runs off to the left, and he'll be saddled down at about the 40-yard line. Very close to that. On the stop that time, the Marshall Tigers. Andon Bruss. He's a senior, 6'2", 260. Hunter Nelson is listed on the roster as 6'2", 185. So 260-pound guy hits you when you're 185, you feel it. So third down, the ball's at the 41-yard line. Nelson's got a quick pitch at the Hammonds. Hammonds gets ahead of steam, and he lowers his shoulder, and he's got the first down. He had to get beyond the 35-yard line, and it looks like he did just that. Randolph now has a lead, 28-20. Weckup to Weckup. Well, that's a good combination. The twin brothers, they play well together there in Randolph. What a game, though. 28-20. Randolph leads. Double receivers right, single receiver, or double receivers left. 1st and 10 from the 34. Faribault Falcons have the ball right to left on your radio dial here on KQCL-FM, Faribault, Minnesota. Power 96 radio, 95.9 FM. Hand off to Hammonds. He's shot out of a cannon. He's going to go all the way. He's got a touchdown. Elijah Hammonds. 34-yard touchdown run by Hammonds. Man, it looked like he was shot right out of a cannon. That's got to be fun for the senior. 7 minutes, 34 seconds to go in the game. It's your last game at Bruce Smith Field. As Solis will kick the extra point, Nelson will be on the hold. Snapping is Nearby. The hold is down, the kick is up, and that is right through the uprights. 7 minutes, 34 seconds to go in this game. The Faribault Falcons 43, the Marshall Tigers 7, back in 30 seconds. How do you like that? Cody Kosfeld here at the Power 96 Sports microphone. At the conclusion of our game, we'll have to choose our Cashwise Foods and Pharmacy of Owatonna delivery of the game. It could be the delivery of a great performance. It could be the delivery of the football on a pass play. It could be the delivery of a hard hit. We'll find out what it is. As that bounced and one of the up men got it, and he's running, and he takes it out to the 39. On the stop for Faribault is J.T. Housen, the 5'8", 135-pound sophomore, another one of those great wrestlers the Falcons have. Balls of the 39. That's where Marshall will start 1st and 10. They scored their last series on a 56-yard touchdown run. And that was with 9:49 to go, and just a little over 2 minutes ago. Trips to the right, single receiver left. Seniors in the game for Marshall. He's going to run off to the left, and he runs up the middle. He fumbled the football, and Faribault recovers. Fumbled the football. Nearby tackled him. Recovering the fumble, it's Steinberg. Joey Steinberg recovers the fumble. So Steinberg recovers it. Nearby stripped him of it. And Faribault gets the ball again with 7:22 to go in Marshall territory at the 41-yard line. This half, Faribault has started at the 25 of Marshall, the 38, the 11 of Marshall, the 45 of Marshall, and the 41 of Marshall. They are living in Marshall territory. As the Falcons have Cooper lighten them in, 6', 160-pound sophomore. They try the right side, and they fumble the football. Well, I guess they ruled that he didn't fumble the football. Marshall was in celebration mode. They thought he fumbled it. But it's going to be a loss on the play. Gibbon Fairfax Winthrop beat JWP, Janesville Waldorf Pemberton, in the Alphabet Soup game. GFW against JWP. 42-12 was the final score. Gibbon Fairfax Winthrop winning that. Yep, one of those Alphabet Soup games. There's a run up the middle. He was going pretty good, and bam, did he run into a brick wall. It was Steinberg on the carry. And the brick wall that I'm talking about was Jacob Panu, a sophomore, 5'10", 280 pounds. And Steinberg is 149. Handoff Steinberg again. Tries off the left side. Yeah, maybe get a couple yards. That'll be it. They couldn't get him to ground, though. He hands the ball off to the official. As we get another guy getting in the game here, this is Joey Reese. He's a 5'10", 188-pound sophomore, so the Falcons getting their sophomores in the game, and that's good for the program, right? They'll remember this going into next year. They got new linemen in there. I'll try to get them for you here as soon as I get their numbers. Snap, the fake handoff, and Schroet is in. He's going to take it down to about the 35-yard line. Bo Schroet, he's a 6'3", 207-pound junior. 5:07 to go. The official saying, wind the clock, wind the clock, wind the clock. I want some hot chocolate. 5 minutes to go. 43-7. His arm almost looked like a windmill there. And it's really windy out here. His official shirt and pants are flapping in the breeze. So Marshall takes over at the 35-yard line as we do the old trading possessions here with all the substitutes in, or a lot of them. Pumping left, the senior quarterback for Marshall is going to throw left. It is caught. And the Falcons are lucky that didn't go for a touchdown, because he was behind the defender and he fell down catching the ball, or he'd still be running. As they threw the ball out there to Wakama, the junior. Got a lot of different guys in here for Faribault. Let's see. Jordan Boudreau, 6'1", 146-pound sophomore. Here comes another long bomb. It's incomplete. In coverage was J.T. Housen again, that wrestler. So they place the ball down at the 48-yard line of Faribault. It'll be 2nd and 10. Marshall with the ball. Left to right in your radio dial. Dropping back, he's going to roll to his right. Faribault releases some guys. Crossing pattern, it's caught. He's at the 30, he's at the 25, he's at the 20, he's at the 15, and he's going to go, well, he got out of bounds. In fact, he stepped out of bounds inside the 10 at about the 8. So they're going to mark him out at the 8-yard line. And that right, there's a nice crossing pattern there that they connected with Veer Street. 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go in this game. Marshall on the doorstep of their second score. It's 43-7 Faribault. Double receivers left and right. In Eben is the quarterback. He keeps it, runs off to the left. He wants to get a touchdown, and he does. An 8-yard touchdown by Eben. So the senior gets a touchdown in his final game for Marshall. How cool is that for him? 2 minutes and 31 seconds to go. Randolph leads 28-26 with 9 minutes to go because the Kenyon Wanamingo Knights just missed a 2-point conversion. Wow, what a great game that is. Over on our sister station, 9:20 a.m. Here comes the extra point kick, and it is through the uprights. 2 minutes, 31 seconds to go in this game. Faribault Falcons 43, the Marshall Tigers 14. They had all reserves in there in that series, did the Faribault Falcons. I mean, they'd already given up a shutout, so And they had some in that series, too, as far as that goes. As the special teams are probably the starters. You don't like putting. Pausen's going to go back here to receive this kick. Also Lenway back there. Cardinals lead 28-12 with, that's a final. Faribault wins 28-12, BA. So BA wins 28-12 over Hayfield. That's a far cry from 70-something to 14. Give Hayfield a lot of credit. I know I talked to Chris Pack earlier today, and he was wondering if I was going to come down. He said, I know you probably would have notified me if you were. He's right, I would have. 2 minutes, 31 seconds to go in the game, 43-14. The Faribault Falcons are going to have an undefeated season at home this year. Their losses were all on the road at Stewartville, at Casson Manorville, and at Mankato East. An undefeated season at home for Faribault. That doesn't happen every year. So something to be proud of. Faribault's going to take over here. We'll see when they put the football down.
Spot with the 7-yard line, 1st and 10 for Faribault.
Well, there's plenty of time left in that Kenny Wanamingo game, but there are 9 minutes to go. Sounds like a great game. Here it's been a great game for Faribault. They're up 43-14. As Marshall's trying to get some other guys in the game. Ball's on the 8. Falcons right to left. Handoff up the middle.
Steinberg on the inside.
This is the first time in a long time they've started in their own territory. See if I can get some of these linemen in here. We've got Riley Quinnell, a sophomore. They don't have his height and weight on the program. He's on the left.
No game will make it 2nd and 10.
On the right tackle. Snapping the football is going to be Owen Schultz, 5'8", 170-pound junior. Schultz, the quarterback. Standing to his right is Steinberg. Wingback left is Ricey. And he's going to be, well, he tried to bounce it outside, and nothing doing for Mr. Steinberg there. Marshall brings him down. So they'll be at the 2-yard line. Minute 19 to go in this game. Conclusion of our game, we have to choose our Malika's Auto Body Falcon or Falcons of the game, and that's on this final game of the regular, well, not the regular, final game of the season at Bruce Smith Field. We're going to name all the seniors. I mean all the seniors. Right guard for Faribault is Eric Sanchez, 5'10", 230-pound sophomore. As Faribault takes the timeout with 49 seconds to go in the game. Those seniors include A.J. Worrell, Isaac Mata, Hunter Nelson, Adam Paschke, Matthias Lenway, Elijah Hammonds, Eduardo Solis, Brody Esser, Andy Katra, Tim Nearby, Devin Lockerbie, Jordan Klecker, and Shane Mogren. Those are the seniors on the Faribault Falcon team. They will be named our Malika's Auto Body Crunch Time Players of the Game. Takes good senior leadership to do what they did this season. Undefeated at home. 49 seconds to go. Falcons have the ball. Running from his end zone is Schroet. He just gets out of there and gets to the 3. He was looking for a place to go because you didn't want to get a safety. 34 seconds to go. You know, watching some of the Falcon linemen, they're like, we're standing out here getting cold. Let us play. 12 seconds, 11. As they're not going to be running another play. That's going to be the end of the game. Final score 43-14. The Faribault Falcons defeat the Marshall Tigers here at Bruce Smith Field. Again, the Falcons win every game they play at home. By the way, the Northfield Raiders beat Austin 48-14. They get to go play Owatonna next. You heard me right. Owatonna next. We will wrap things up. We'll have all the... well, they changed the score. My gosh, Bethlehem Academy beat Hayfield 28-18. The other score was, it said a final, but they changed the score on this. Let's hope it's accurate. 28-18 Bethlehem Academy over Hayfield down in Hayfield. Give those Vikings a lot of credit. But as I said to Coach Beckman last Saturday at Bashers, the Faribault Center, it's got to be hard on our Faribault Coaches Show to get a team up when you play a team that, you know, you really